Hey, what's up guys? Gary Walker here with WalkerFitMuscle.com and welcome back for another video. Today I've got a really cool video for you guys, man. It is a six-pack abs workout. Here's the cool thing. It's only 7 minutes long. So it's something you can incorporate 2, 3, 4 times a week to get amazing looking abs. So let's get started. All right guys, before we get into the actual exercises, this specific workout to help you develop that six-pack, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure you click on that bell icon. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video. I'm currently uploading every Monday and Friday. All right, now, to develop a six-pack, I'm not talking about a flat stomach. There's a difference there, all right? A lot of guys are skinny. They lose weight, diet, and guess what? You're skinny, but you don't have a well-defined six-pack. Here's the thing, your abs are a muscle, man, all right? A muscle like your biceps, triceps, chest. To grow a muscle, you need resistance. That's no different for your abs. A lot of people neglect resistance when they're working their abs. They do a ton of different repetitions, ton of high reps, ton of endurance training for their abs. And guess what? You can have strong looking abs, but you may never even get to see those abs, all right? So before I get into the actual workout that I'm gonna give you, the first thing you definitely need to realize is it doesn't matter if you do this workout. It doesn't matter if you have sexy looking abs. If it's covered, if your abs are covered in fat, no one's ever gonna see them. So you have to get that fat off of your belly. So the key to doing that is gonna be your nutrition, man. So really hone in on your nutrition. Start out by eating in a caloric deficit. So if you need, there's a lot of BMR calculators out there, basal metabolic rate calculators online. You're just gonna enter your height, your weight, all the basic measurements, and then it's gonna tell you your maintenance calories. So once you have that number, it may tell you 2,200 calories. So cut 300 calories from that. And then that's what you wanna start eating every day. If you do that, you're gonna start burning fat. So you can burn fat by one of two ways. Eating a lot less food or eating a little less food and ramping up the intensity with your workout. So that's the other thing. You really wanna make sure you're working out with great intensity because that's gonna help you boost your metabolism and help you constantly burn fat. Also focus on building muscle, man, because at the end of the day, the more muscle mass you have on your body, the more fat you're gonna burn at rest just for doing nothing, just for holding on to the muscle, all right? Because muscle is metabolically active. So it's gonna burn calories just because it's on your body. All right, all that being said, here's the thing. I'm gonna give you these exercises, and what you're gonna do is do these in a circuit fashion. I want you to do one exercise, and the only rest you're gonna take is the rest to get into the second exercise. Then you're gonna do the third exercise, okay? I'm giving you 4 different exercises. The first one is a decline sit-up. I love the decline sit-up. When you wanna set up on a decline bench. So the key here is keeping your core tight throughout the entire range of motion, and also keep your spine and your neck neutral. Don't bend your head forward. All you wanna do when you're doing this on the way back down, each rep is allow your lower back to touch. You don't wanna lay flat on the bench. You don't want your upper back to touch the bench with every rep. You wanna stay tight, stay neutral, and on the way down, allow your lower back to touch. As soon as it touches, come back up into your contracted position, a sit-up position. Squeeze the crap out of your abs, man, every time you come back up. Same thing, go back down under control, don't drop it. Make sure you're going nice and slow with each rep, and you wanna shoot for 15 reps. That's the key with all 4 of these exercises. 15 reps, if you're doing them slow and under control, it's gonna take you about 45 seconds. So 45 seconds of work with the decline sit-up, and then immediately go and lie down and have some resistance waiting for you. This is gonna be a weighted crunch. You'll see me using a plate, a 45-pound plate. You can use a barbell, you can use a dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, a medicine ball. Just make sure you're adding some type of resistance when you're doing this crunch. Keep your feet flat on the ground when you're doing these. Once again, keep your core tight and really squeeze your abs on the way up with that weight. Hold a 2-second contraction at the top. 1001, 1002, then lower your body slowly and under control again, and then right back up into another concentric contraction up at the top, 1001, 1002. So you want to do that for 15 reps. This type of crunch is actually going to help develop those upper 4 abs. So the ones that really pop out and give you that 6-pack look, all right? From here, you're going to go into a hanging knee raise. The reason I like the hanging version as opposed to a lying leg raise, when you're doing a hanging leg raise, you have natural resistance. Your legs, the weight of your legs are adding resistance to those lower abs. And then again, you're contracting the abs when you're doing these from the lower ab up towards the top. So one thing you really need to focus on, you'll notice me doing these. You start out in a fully stretched position, but then you're gonna rotate those hips up. So you want your hips at the bottom to actually rotate. Get those knees up as high as you can. Rotate those hips so you're actually activating your lower abs every time. And once again, don't just drop your legs down, control the weight down, all right? Control your legs down and then slowly contract back up, 1001, 1002. So really focus on those 2-second contractions. That's gonna give you optimal time under tension for that ab work as well. Again, no rest, all right? Only rest long enough to get into your last exercise. So you're gonna drop down from the overhead apparatus and then get into a seated position. And then we're going to shred those obliques with a Russian twist. So sit on your butt, pick your heels up off the ground, get your feet up off the ground, lean back, which is gonna create tension immediately into your abdominal region. And then you're gonna twist from side to side. Here's the thing, the more advanced you are, the more weight you can use here. So grab a dumbbell, grab a medicine ball, grab a plate, whatever you need for resistance. And this is gonna help tighten up those side obliques. So you're working your lower abs, your upper abs, and your obliques when you're doing this. All right, the next thing you wanna do after you've done all 4 of these exercises, go back to the top and then do it all again. If you do 2 rounds of this, you're gonna get tremendous results, man, all right? And 2 rounds is only gonna take you 7 minutes total. So you have a 7-minute workout for your abs. Here's the thing with this, you can do it 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you do this and you pair it with better eating habits, even pair it with some cardio. If you wanna do some high intensity cardio, do some bike sprints or track sprints or rower sprints, something like that, then it's gonna help you even quicker. You're gonna get more rapid results. Because at the end of the day, like I said, let me just reiterate, you have to make sure you get the fat off of your abs because we're building and sculpting a sexy looking 6-pack with the exercises. You're gonna have well-developed abs. So now just eat right, eat in a caloric deficit, and then you're gonna get the fat off of the abs so you can show them to everybody. All right, man. But again, let me just break it down one more time. 4 exercises, 15 reps that are slow and under control. No rest between the exercises. Again, just rest long enough to get to the next exercise. Then do your reps, rest long enough to get to the next. Do your reps, then rest long enough to get to the next. Do your reps. Then immediately go back to the top. So no rest for 7 minutes other than the little rest you're getting between each exercise. But 7 minutes isn't gonna take long, man. It's gonna give you a great burn. You're gonna get some lactic acid in there, but it's gonna help develop strength, endurance, and again, sexy looking abs. So if you have any questions, man, about any of the exercises or anything else at all, just leave me a comment. I'm getting back to all of your comments. I'm answering every question. So leave me a question, you're gonna get an answer. Also, if you need help with nutrition, how to structure your nutrition plan, guess what? I've got some nutrition videos. Go back through some of my older videos and watch my nutrition videos. I actually break down everything in great detail, how I recommend eating, what to eat, when to eat, all of those things that will help you get the fat off of your abs. I've also got workouts showing you how to rip fat through doing different types of cardio. So just check out some of those other videos, man. But other than that, that's all I got. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.